Oh, it quit.
Yep, and I'm back. Not sure quite what happened there, but we should be good now.
Now it's back.
Yep. I've been going pretty crazy, streaming all of my Dishonored play. Wondering if it's just like, is he really streaming this long? Yes, I am.
I want to light off fireworks, RN.
Do it. Do you have some? I mean, it is New Year's Eve, right? Do you have any ordinances where you are saying you can't? I don't happen to remember what the deal is there. I think where I am, they say that you are only legally allowed to light off fireworks 4th of July and like the specific time surrounding that, and then New Year's Eve. But with 4th of July, they're a little more generous, where it's like, okay, well, if the 4th of July isn't on a weekend, you get to do it the day of, and whatever, related weekend.
Raisin Township is pretty lenient compared to Tag Township.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Now, I don't know if the game actually walks you through how to do this, but I'm going to press forward, and then I'm going to press in on the left stick to run, and then I'm going to press the crouch button in order to do the dash under here. Forward. There we go. And then again, last time I mentioned this as well, but here's your 451. If your display settings aren't set right, you can miss that. So and supposedly, like, I'm not sure if it's this or I'm misremembering it, but 451 is like the first password for one of the System Shock games, and it has to do with aligning with that dev studio. Or, man, I wish I remember the quote, because it was quite clever and interesting, but I guess in a future stream, when I bother to remember my research, I can get into that. Some of the puzzles you'll get in Dishonored will always be the same, and some rotate. This one, always the same. Galvani's safe, always the same. The Overseer, or sorry, the Hiram Burrows, the guy that was the last big takedown, his safe should always be like 935, but there are others that rotate so that you don't memorize all of them, and that the puzzle sort of asks you to do stuff.
You know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
Alright. So I'm going to throw down a safety save here, because again, I'm trying to really do a decent job of no kill for the moment being.
Smells like
and
a dead Reaper in here.
Always easy for me to mess this part of the run up. So that worked. And there's nothing else in here that I really need. So my curiosity is, can I take it by sea? Will they notice me if I swim?
On my watch.
And boy, the difference it makes knowing where you're going, huh? Come on, jump out, Corvo. And that's the easiest I've ever done that. You know, the first time through, it never occurred to me, yeah, just jump in the water.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence has...
Corvo, over here. I'm Samuel.
What's up,
I
Samuel?
work for some good people who want very much to
Some
meet.
good people.
They said
Remember
you'd
he
come
said
out
that.
here. I can still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Yep. That gives you the opportunity to, you know, say, oh, I need another minute. All right. So I didn't kill anyone, and I was never detected with low chaos. I'm not going to accuse this of being a perfect run, but for me, that was some of my best work on that intro level. Now, again, the intro level is one of the easiest ease-ins to the game. So it should be relatively easy for a veteran player who knows their stuff to get through like I did. And again, one of the things you'll hear me say through my runs in Dishonored is I'm not great at this game. I'm not perfect. I'm not a speedrunner. I don't hold a candle to some of those really great players. But I love this game and I have fun at it. So I would say I'm practiced, I'm experienced, but I'm not going to accuse myself of being good. And if you take away save scumming and resetting mistakes,
If anyone finds out what we're up to,
it clearly breaks down and shows that I'm not super great
now
at
that
it.
you've escaped,
But again, it's
the Lord
depending on what you're
Regent's going
comparing
to
it
be
to.
tearing the city apart.
I'm much more able to get through levels and get what I want out of them with little
Take you up to
effort
meet Admiral
compared
Hadlock
to
and the rest of the warriors.
being a fresh player to the
Admiral's a
game.
man to be reckoned
There's a lot to
Anyone
it,
can help
and I
you
make
find
it
that
look
missing
easy,
girl, Lady Emily,
but
and clear your
nothing
name.
in
He
comparison
can.
to if you were to look up speedrunners or experts in this game play it. And then early on, there's no reason to try and go early over to this area where you get that first extra rune. It ain't there. So my goal here is to try and run through this part just as quick as I can do.
Starting at last, Admiral.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
Oh. I remember this bar.
Yep.
I'll be crafting your weapons. Can you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. It's unstable. Whenever
Yeah,
it's
early on I
close,
was like, why don't you just get it yourself? But he's like, while I hold this in place, oh, he's trying to make sure he doesn't mess up my super cool piece. Okay, I get it. Well,
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean
Perfect. Now plug it in.
pressure in the
no, I would certainly say the thing you're missing by watching my stream versus playing the game on your own
Thank you, Cole.
is there's so
Tell me
much
what I can
flavor
make for you.
text in the game. There's so much lore in what you see when you read all the books and stuff. And I don't think I actually need to get a lot of these tools, because for right now in this particular run I'm trying to do low chaos, and as I do a low chaos run, if I later try and reload levels, it's going to use what I've done here. So the hope is get the best loadout as best I can, don't kill anybody, grab all the stuff, and do whatever it's necessary to engage with Granny Rags, so in that final level there's that confrontation between Granny Rags and Slackjaw. Now I'm hoping that still happens in a low chaos run, but I'm also going to be giving myself a little trouble if I'm trying to do a low chaos run while also getting all of the paintings, so I'll have to be balancing those between each other. So it's a good starter grab.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
And we'll take him up on that for speed's sake.
Sleep well.
There's nothing in the level right now that I need to pick up that matters
Surely
very
the Empress
much.
would be-
And none of it nearly is going to be as valuable as the free pickups that I'm going to get as soon as I visited the Outsider here. So we wake up and it looks like I'm in my room, but soon we find out, no, we're in the dark, crazy place. And the outsider's like, hey Corvo, I'm gonna give you some powers, and your life is real weird now, isn't it? They really shat on you. Let's see what you do. Yeah, I would love to see more games that used non-linear space like that, and like did an actual like Escher painting realm. Yeah, and then later when you get the heart, it'll explicitly say like, this is the place where those who dabble in the dark arts get their powers from, and this place is their doom. So this is foreshadowing here. This is the two Pendletons in the Golden Cat, and Emily's got a letter for me. Please come for me. So, two Pendletons in the Golden Cat, foreshadowing that going on. And then over here, get a Pierrot's Remedy. And then here he is doing something. Now, looking at the map here, I never quite made out what's showing on this map versus the level layout that I see. I'm assuming that this is Caldwin's Bridge here, and that this is his stronghold with the castle and everything, but that's sort of just a guess on my part. What's also kind of cool is if you look at the map over here, Dunwall, this is where we are right now, and the continent here, I think this is where the next Dishonored game happens. And it's not high enough fidelity for it to show. I might actually be mistaken. It'll be much more clear in my Dishonored 2 streams. The tall boys firing a weapon at the Weepers. And how you use my gifts is up to you, Corvo. Alright.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time is meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and lungs gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in the black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom.
Yeah, that's the quote. This is where people who draw from the dark arts get their power, and it's their doom. Now, what's funny is there's a sort of like new, weird feel to this place, and the weirdness of the supernatural in Dishonored is similar, or it gives me a similar feeling to the supernatural weirdness of Control, and that's another game that I very, very much like. And if I do another run of Control beginning to end, I will probably throw it up on a stream. Okay, so right now I only have the one room, and it's trying to get me to do dark vision. I'm not going to play along, and I'm just going to keep that rune for now until I know. Yeah, how you use what I'm giving you is up to you. Great, thanks, Outsider. Bye-bye. Now, I could try and do a Flesh and Steel run where I don't get any powers other than base blink, but I don't think I'm ready to do that run right now, especially if I'm trying to delude myself into thinking that I'm going to do a full-on low chaos run. So I'm going to quickly grab all the trinkets and junk and money lying around in my room here. And in the original release, if you bought the game, none of this stuff would show up. These were add-on packs that, like, you'd get one of these different displays or the other or another, depending on where you bought it. But then eventually, there was an edition of the game that was just like, we'll put them all in there. So you do end up rather beefed up in your run, given all the stuff that you find in here. So with that stuff now in my inventory, I want to make sure I don't spend all of my money, because I do need to buy stuff from Griff in the next level. But I'm going to take a moment and see if there's anything else I want from Piero now that I've got more money from having grabbed that stuff. Hey, Piero's key.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so it's upgrades I'm going to care about most. Bone charms I don't really care about. Don't need a ton of spring razors, not going to use them. We'll go with crossbow accuracy, crossbow range, combat sleep dart, and we'll leave it there. I'll keep the rest of my money for now. I never seem to remember how much Griff wants for that blueprint. It's probably 200. It's not like it's that big a deal, but I have screwed myself before and had times where I messed that up.
Well, let's get down to it. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us. And if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can.
Oh.
And this is where Callista asks me to save Jeff Curnow. Again, he was on the boat with me.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Wait a while, I need to do something.
I'll be here.
Do you remember what I forgot? It was the rune over there. So we're gonna get my blink. Let's see, I have a particular layout that I normally set up. Yep, see, it's over there. And my blink distance is so short.
2 minutes before the new year hits in London.
Yeah, if you would have asked me what am I going to be doing on New Year's Eve, streaming a run of a game that I've done before, given how much money I spent on new games to play, I'm not sure I would have believed you, but yet here we are. This is what I want to do tonight. So it is possible to get over here without jumping in the water. But getting back might be a little difficult. So, there we go. Get stuck in the water. There we go. Now I think if I went into Pendleton's room, there might have been a couple dollars worth of things.
Ready to go?
I'm not going to worry about that.
Just give the signal.
Yep, let's go. Take me to the distillery.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. And there are the real odd birds living on the fringes, like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. Don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
Now, I know I skipped the credits, but in the voice credits, the two things that surprised me the most while I was playing through was that Emily is played by Chloe Grace Moretz, who I've seen in Kick-Ass, and Granny Rags, who I'm about to go interact with, she is played by Susan Sarandon, which blew my mind.
Hey!
What is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Yeah,
Now,
the little one.
I could go
Not
over there.
possible.
There
I
is a bone
inspected it
charm,
myself. Keep
but I
working.
don't care about it. In this run, I'm going to just
Gully ain't
not
moving
bother
no
with them
more.
to try and keep from having to deal with extra stuff. And she's fine. Won't bother me. I'll leave her alone.
Good. Keep 'em
And I'm
coming.
guessing that I said before these didn't load. I guess I just didn't notice them before.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
This way.
This is a special
I
announcement
don't
from our
think
honorable
any
Lord
of
Regent.
those people are going to be a problem for me.
It is with regret that I announce that my term as Lord Regent has been extended through the month of harvest and potentially
I bought some Faygo orange in glass bottles.
in this continuing crisis.
Nice.
Overseers of the Abbey of the
Drinking
Everback
Faygo like
remain in
juggalos.
service to the state and are empowered to enforce order.
I didn't want it in plastic.
The knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You never listen.
Old style taste.
So right there, that's why I don't fill up all the way on sleep darts, because I know those are going to be there for me. At the same time, I could use what I have and then replenish them. So here's my trouble. I'm trying to do a low chaos run now, but also she's going to ask me to do some dirty stuff. So before we talk to her, I'm going to go to this outsider shrine here.
You the knives go on.
Now, I don't know if you noticed before, but like, look at my sword in the lower right of the screen. It's got no blood on it, it's not red. Near the end of my last run, it was always blood red.
Be careful, Corvo.
So the
You're
outsider
on your
goes
way
on
to-
to have a brief thing talking about Granny Rags, and then talking about my potential journey forward.
Because you're dead. Dear? Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies.
Now, she says birdies, but she's really referring to the plague rats.
Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
Okay. So now here's the challenge. How do you get rid of these callers
I told you the knives
without
go on the
getting
left.
any of them killed
On the left.
and
You never
without
listen.
being seen? So here's the challenge. Because as soon as you take one out, they're going to start getting real suspicious. So let me take a moment, go over to powers, and see. I have just
Sleep
enough
gas
for Blink
bomb.
2. Yeah, there isn't a sleep gas bomb, unfortunately.
Let us in,
I mean,
Granny.
if I wanted to kill them, there's grenades, and I could go get them. I think I could get some from Slackjaw's area, but so far, the only non-lethal options that I have are to choke them out, which there's 3 of them, that's going to be problematic,
I bet she can't
or
even hear us.
to use
blind, not deaf.
sleep darts.
We're here to do your washing. She's not stupid either. Have it your way. We're here to take your money, Granny.
We're wasting our time. How much could she have? She digs in trash for a living. Let's get a drink. I'm dry as an overseer's prick.
Dry as an
She's
overseer's
been digging for 80
prick.
years. Must have found something. Hear that, Granny? Whatever you got, Slackjaw gets a cut.
So here's the thing.
Nothing personal. Just Bottle Street rules.
These goons are a hoot.
Let us in. You
So they
asleep?
have it.
Get up. It's just a matter of time, buddy.
Yeah?
Come on, spread out. Someone's about to get shanked.
Oh shit. There we go. Only cost me 1 extra, and then compared to what I came in with 7, now I've got 5, used 4. Not too bad. So I've dealt with them, they didn't die, they didn't see me. I can't tell you how many times I struggled in first playthroughs to try and non-lethally address those guys.
I think the little birdies are sad today. I told you Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you. I got it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you. Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our part.
Yeah, I cut her off. She's like, our parties were even greater than the Boyle's parties.
Granny,
And that's
Granny.
foreshadowing to the Boyle party that we'll end up at. And there is my gift.
I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away. I can't bear these Bottle Street children. Ruffians, every last one of them. Rotten apples. And that Slackjaw is the worst lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr.
Galvani.
See to it, dear.
So what she's asked me to do is to get the gunk in the rat from Galvani and put it in the still. Now, I'm curious to know if that's going to mess with my low chaos run, but I'm going to try it. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to ignore the door. We're going to see if we can deal with the people who are harassing Griff.
Check you over. And there's an inspection fee.
To the void with Bottle Street and to the void with you. Let me out.
Oh,
Okay,
you don't
so
wanna
this
talk
is going to get a little
like
boring
that.
while we are patient
Fact
here.
is, Bottle Street
What
is
we
here
need to
take its
do
cut.
is
So
wait
reach into your
for
pockets,
this
let's get
gentleman,
this done.
which I say loosely,
and
to
the
go take a piss in
inspection
this
fee.
piss
You
pot.
can't help it.
When he
Just the
walks
way we
over
do
there,
things on
I'm going to
Bottle
choke him out. When they're separated, it'll be easy to deal with them both non-lethally.
Anyone there?
Here we go.
Hey!
Anyone there?
Poor guy. Literally still taking a leak while I get him. I'm surprised he didn't piss all over me, but the game isn't that realistic. So now, I still didn't get the night vision, and since I did activate the Blink 2 power, didn't I? Let's see. Do I want to go into powers? I'll go ahead and I'll get dark vision. So I'm not doing a flesh and steel run. We will put that in. That's right where I want it. Oh, was right where I wanted it.
Let me out.
We'll watch for him.
This is me talking into an empty bottle. Hello, Bruce. How's Alfred?
Anyone there? Let me out.
It's funny that you make a Batman joke there because, like, this is kind of a Batman run that I'm doing, where if you don't kill anybody, like that was always Batman's thing. Batman didn't kill people.
I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask.
All right.
Look at some of the things I found. Good prices, I swear.
Yep. So what we need is the blueprint. So you need 400 to deal with Griff, because you want the magnification lens and the Sokolov's formula. Now, I want to get sleep darts up again to deal with problems as they might come, but you'll notice he wants 100 coins apiece, and they cost 30 when Piero makes them. Bolts are 20 when Piero makes them, so he's got a significant markup. Sokolov's elixir, they're 100 when I buy them at home. So, clearly, only buy from Griff when you really need to. Alright, so we're going to go up here, get that bone charm, get this map. Nothing else in here matters. Jump back down. So now, let's see, what's the best way to do this? I want to go... Let me see if I can trigger Griff. What's up, Griff?
Impossible!
That's impossible! That's exactly what I was talking about. He saw you literally disappear. And there's some rats. So it's worth noting that you do have to be careful in some places when you're trying to do a no-kill run, because if anyone dies, it can be on your fault. And later on, we'll be able to go into the art dealer who's here, but for now we can't. So what I want to do is I'm going to use these light fixtures. Okay, so we're going to go into Galvani's offices. And there's going to be two of them having a conversation out there. I don't know what triggers the start of it if I don't walk over there, but this one is another one that doesn't save. It's change. It's 2, 8, 7. Galvani's favorite day. 28th day of the 7th month. And part of the puzzle when you're solving it properly is it says the name of the month, and you have to figure out what Dishonored's month names are and translate that. And if you can't, you can just put in 28 and then, roll the dice until you get the right answer on the final digit.
Wait, did you touch the door handle to Dr. Galvani's lab?
Yeah, I think so.
Then you have to scrub. The rats get their vital essences everywhere, the doctor said.
Vital essences? Does that mean guts?
I think so. So your hands need scrubbing. You're unclean.
Unclean?
That's nonsense.
Can't we just...
No, I told you. With rubbing alcohol or white vinegar.
All right,
So here's
all
the
right.
trick. The guy has the key that I want, and she's
rats
not
carry
particularly
Your
important.
friends are ignorant. The doctor is a brilliant man. If anyone can save this city, it's him.
The royal physician is going to save us. I hear his new elixir is twice as good against the plague.
I don't understand how Galvani can admire Sokolov. Royal
His new
physician
elixir is
not
twice as
maybe
good.
he's a beast.
Oh, twice as good as what?
Superstitious
It tastes
philanderer
more
who
like
spends
regular
more time
Dr.
with
Pepper.
prostitutes than he does in the laboratory.
Is this what it's going to be like when we're married? It is, isn't it?
I hope not. I'm telling you now, I don't have the endurance for it.
Actually, no, she does have a copy of the key. So let's see.
This whole place has gone to the hounds.
He's got it too, so I can take my pick of either of the two of them. And it's also worth noting that if I want to smash things up, there are good items to grab in here, but I don't want to make noise unless I've made sure to silence... Yeah, that's not how I wanted that to go. He's still unconscious. He didn't die from that. But, see how easy it can be to slip up? Hopefully no one's gonna notice. I just leave him in the bathroom over here. Uncle John's toilet reader. And then this gives you some lore about how the rats that have the plague came from somewhere else. This red book looks out of place.
He'll wake up in the bathroom and think he drank too much.
Only hope. I always like to just think about like when I drop down some dead people and then I, knock someone out and like leave a guy buried in dead people and let him wake up that way. Like, just imagine what goes through the poor schmuck's mind. So that's all we needed in here.
This fake book looks conspicuous.
So now we have the rat guts that we need, and there isn't any paintings in there I need to worry about. And with the rat guts in hand, we are going to head into the distillery. And the thing is there's so many different choices you can play in the game, in any individual run, that each of these runs that I've been doing on PS4 are totally unique from the runs that I've done previously. And what I mean by that is I've never before tried to do a low chaos run where I also poison the still. Because typically, I guess I'm in more of a roleplay mind, and if I'm playing a low chaos run, why would you poison them? And, for the most part, this run's major objective is getting all the paintings correctly. And then secondarily, if I keep it, low chaos with low resets, that I would get related achievements. And, ooh, that was 2 sleep darts. That's pretty good. So now I'm more made up from my little misadventure with those thugs. So now later on, you can come in here freely, but right now, you can't. So So I have to make sure that I don't trigger any of these guys.
An army of shadows in front of you. That guy Dowd? Ain't he just a boss? Like Slackjaw?
Yep, so those are talking about Dowd. There's either foreshadowing or lore if you listen to them.
Bone charms and such. You sound afraid. Damn right I am. Dowd ain't no ordinary man. Touched by the outsider he is. Given dark powers. Slippery road across the fresh. Well, man, you got lucky. When you're this handsome, you don't need luck. Face like a hagfish.
So this is where I've got to be careful. And then I'm going to throw down a safe save. So here's the deal.
Not till the next batch of elixirs.
That key is what I
want
need
to check on things.
to get in
Then you
there.
better get all your shit together.
But
Everything's fine.
with those two together, I've got to see them separated for me to grab one of them. I also need to keep in mind that... Wait a minute. Bonus. There's a copy of the key right there. And as soon as they get out of my way, boom, Bob's your uncle. Now normally you can skip this entire area in this level. There's not much reason to go in here other than completionism. But in this case, I want the resources in this room. So we've got spring razor and my first grenades, additional grenades. Bullets, snacks, drinks. Ah, wrong thing. Here we go. Alright, so the further trick is making sure that I don't get detected. Distillery Master Key. I actually don't know if I've noticed that before.
So he goes, not to the Abbey or the office of the High Overseer, but one of the other places, where they train the Overseer.
So right now they're giving some lore that deals with the Overseers, and they're also trying to tell each other jokes as a thing.
Brilliant at it when he's sober.
I remember. Brimsley job, hidden the dumbwaiter all night.
Yeah, so he goes from room to room, kids sleeping, an overseer giving a lecture to the kids. A couple guys training with those hounds.
Stuff you'd expect.
But it gets weird. Some guy with sheep, then a woman laughing, just laughing. Then music, kind of. Says he still hears it. Never drunk.
Okay, now I certainly have to be careful. I don't want this guy to be found, so where do I put him? Now the thing is, there are certain spots where I can put him, but if you don't lay him down just right, he could fall to his death. And if you're trying not to kill anybody, that becomes a problem. There's a guy downstairs I have to watch out for. So we're gonna watch out for him. And then we're going to disable that launcher. Unlock this door. I don't know what good it does me to hide him here. I mean, eventually you figured Slackjaw would find him there. Okay. Elixir accounts. Now here's the thing. Griff is past due. Hopefully he won't get any more of it. I really don't know how this is going to affect the playthrough. Read instructions. Just in case I press the buttons in the wrong order, I'm going to throw down a safe save. Infect bootleg elixir. Visit Granny for my gift. Then the bone charm we want is right up there. So in order to get that, we are going Twist of Fortune 1. Well, now is as good a time as any to go double check my bone charms. Very rarely a potion gives you full mana. Yeah, sure, why not? For whatever reason, sometimes the graphic doesn't load for that up arrow, you're gonna go jump up here animation, and that can be kind of obnoxious.
Well, give it.
Okay, here goes. The nobleman laid with the scullery maid, so loudly they made quite a riot. The nobleman's wife took the butchering knife and carved herself some peace and quiet.
Oh, I get it. The wife done cut them both, right?
Yeah, that's the gist. Now it's your turn.
Oh, let me think. Okay, yeah, I got one. Ready?
Listen.
Once was a sailor before. Created a woman no sword. He gave her his cash, he gave her a rags, and that's all. There isn't no more.
So I want to get up there really quick before I get noticed. So let me make sure to watch out for him. See, this is the real trouble. That guy's in my way, and I don't want him to see me. Oh, he's going to take a piss. So let's go right up there. So we're all set.
Got anything to smoke or eat?
So that wasn't too difficult. As long as I can safely follow this path and exit this area, I'm home free for what I had intended to do here. And it just, I never ran this particular outcome set because if I'm doing low chaos, trying to be a good guy, why would I poison the still like that? That's just going to create more weepers. So the question is, does that count as me killing anybody? We're about to find out. Granny Rags.
She wouldn't put the crackers on the right side of the tray, so we sacked her. I knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Now I can stroll along the waterfront in peace. And don't think I've forgotten your little gift. Go on upstairs, dear one.
almost never deal with Granny Rags because most of the time I'm just trying to make things as easy as possible for a low chaos run. But hey, that's one of them runes I needed. And I don't see any more active rune. Well, here's an active rune. Where is it?
Impossible! That's impossible!
Okay, so yeah, the rune that I'm looking at is in the guard station. Now here's the trick. What are they all worked up about? Rats? Yeah, so in order to go through that way, I'd have to deal with a bunch of people and deactivate the wall of light and all sorts of obnoxious pain there. So what are those guys all worked up about down there? I'm hoping it's just rats and stuff, but it's going to be trouble for me. Like, I wasn't expecting them to be down there farting around. Now, this is on easy mode. There's your clear path to blowing that up and taking that door down. But that will piss people off. Alright, well, I'm hoping... See, here's that guy there. I wonder what happened. Because he's beat. He should be over here taking a leak. He dead. I'm hoping I don't get caught for it.
Cold as a whaler's gaff hand.
50 years old, at least.
This guy fought for the Empress.
Forget his old ass. I can't even remember the Empress. We tagged it plain. Under Clavering Street is ours.
We tagged it plain, Bottle Street style. Okay, let's take a moment for some situational awareness. I don't see a guy in here, so we're gonna grab that room.
I don't need shit.
Back up here. And we're home free.
Hello. I hear the second day is when the skin really starts to come all the way off. Is that true? Or is it the itching that really gets you? Or the rats?
Jasper, isn't it? It's not so bad in here. Except I miss your wife.
Huh.
Had to make sure that Martin got an opportunity to insult the guy's wife first.
Corvo, now I knew you'd make it. I told the Admiral you would.
Feels good to stand up straight.
Now, I noticed the dialogue was different there.
Thank you, Corvo.
Because he talks about the
What you're here
mask
to
in a
do
high
tonight.
chaos run, or the
All
last
right,
time I
won't
was
be of
talking
any
to
help
him.
here, so I'll make my own way back to the Hound Pits pub. If I see some...
Yeah, I don't care, Merton. I know what I'm doing. Blah, 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 keep talking.
I was just reading in the archive about the heretic's brand. It sounds painful. Have you ever seen the ritual?
I've never seen the Heretics brand used.
Shit.
No, it's a rare occurrence. But I did spy the face of one so branded. A former member of our order, of course. Out on a retreat, we passed through
Fishing town and saw him begging.
What were his crimes?
Who can say?
The brand is reserved for an overseer, or even the High Overseer himself, who violates our codes and must be cast out permanently.
The 7 strictures.
And you never need worry about such matters.
I will.
Okay, so now, this is always my default route, is come in and deal with branding first.
The lockdown last night.
Those two guys are talking.
Search the place top to bottom, and nothing to eat but the swill we hand out free. Of course we didn't find it.
Did I ever tell you? One time one of the second
Shutters got stuck open.
and I thought I could slip out.
What we have is a man. Aged 30, perhaps. Slender.
Okay,
Unusual
so
tattooing on the face and chest.
that's talking about Dowd's men.
Wearing some sort of industrial mask when we brought him in. Stolen out of one of the whaling.
Now, if I don't take out more of those guys, I am going to run into problems. So my hope is I quickly just pull this guy out without being seen.
One of his clothes. Subject has administered some kind of poison.
Now, I don't know if people are going to keep coming and going in that room. If I'm diligent about taking guys out, it shouldn't be a problem. Nope, those two guys are going to get together and maybe they'll have a nice chat. I just need to make sure that neither of them go in that room. I don't think they'd have a cause to, but you gotta be careful.
Back to the beginning.
Martin's plot to break him out of Corbridge prison. That's clear now.
That could have been bad.
Corvo, the one man feared throughout the Empire. He's as skilled as they say. He got through there with half the watch looking for him. He had help, yes, but how far does it go? The trail goes to Martin, but Martin knows everyone, everywhere.
One more guy off the streets. And again, the trick is I've got to be real clever to make sure no one finds these bodies. Oh hey, here's a special book. 4th stricture. So he's leaving. And you. My hope is that this will be a good enough spot to lay him down. Because yeah, with this whole area... Oh shit. Oh shit, that could have been bad. But bad juju if he saw me. Ha ha ha! Got him. let me tell you how much failure it took to get to a point where I could run this easily. It was a lot. So now that I've got this all ready, I think I'm good to go. What I want to do is now go outside and take the secret entrance in to Campbell's secret sexy time room.
Squad after what happened last night?
Indeed, I believe so.
That's another one of those phrases that you keep hearing over and over again, and it's like, geez, how many dudes got their own squads after last night? Okay. Sorry to fill up. Come on. Here we go. So that goes out to the middle area, which we don't want. And this is going to go through the kennels. And let me tell you, I had so much trouble with the kennels in my first runs.
Do not let your keen eyes wander.
So we're just going to jump over there.
Bad men about.
And move as quickly as we can.
Here's a good
so that we skip through and don't trigger the dogs, don't trigger the men.
Nice.
And this guy... just get him real quick. Set him down right there. We want to steal all the stuff over here. Yeah. And that was the kennels. It really can be that easy.
Steal all the things.
Steal all the things. So, doesn't this look suspicious? It's a good thing that in-universe all of the guards are wickedly stupid, because you'd figure, that's obvious, let's just punch that in the eye. Oh, there's a door there! And he left his secret sexy time music running. I'm gonna shut that off. And oh, there's that painting. And this time, unlike last time,
Home invasion
the bottle is still
games
there.
is a staple chic.
Yeah, what's funny is, so we've been watching a run-through of Star Trek Voyager, and my girlfriend's commentary on Captain Janeway's performance is like, she keeps busting into places and stealing people's stuff. Janeway's a pirate.
Curse those fools at Coldridge for letting Corvo get away. Who knows what the man could do now? Hiram, or Lord Regent, as he asks us to call him now, seems to have...
So this is setting up lore for him being improper, and he's having prostitutes over.
Now see, there's a demand
all
for
the
a file of
Sokolov
Captain
security
Janeway.
devices he's put up all over the city, but I'm not so sure.
Mirror universe with an eye patch.
Moved to a safe place. Visiting her twice
I swear
a
she
week has
played a
given me
goofy
ample
character in
opportunity
some
to inspect
Adult
the
Swim
facility.
show. It was like,
So there's an upside, at least.
oh, it's killing me that I don't remember it, but it was like the one with like a bunch of letters making fun of like the Law and Order shows, and it's yada 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 SUV, and she played a crazy character in that. And she was also in Orange is the New Black. She's done a bunch of stuff. If you haven't watched Infinity Train, she's a voice actress for the cat, and it is amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, all the Dick Wolf
Chef
shows.
Frank.
Okay, so now I'm going to throw down a safety save, because if I'm going to mess up, right here is a great place to do it. So what typically happens is there's a bunch of guys out to the room to the right, but there's also guys here. And if he doesn't notice me, typically there's someone who can be up there. And I think at this point I've got everything all set. And there's been enough of a clear out that I can get what I need done. So, first things first, I'm going to replace my safe save. Because this is the ultimate deal with High Overseer Campbell setup. Now,
Bunch of children playing games, that's all.
I think I'm going to kill him and then reload just to see if there's a, you know, kill him thing.
She'll be found. My men are searching district by district.
Pick up my rune.
Callista's a resourceful one. Probably found a safe place to hole up in all this chaos.
If my overseer will come straight to you.
Okay. So now I'm actually going to replace my safety save because I don't want to have to go grab that stuff again, because this sequence just takes a while you patiently wait for stuff to trigger.
One of the servants must have been in here. Let me see.
Maybe now is a good time to look at my powers. I'm going to grab bend time. That's going to make things a little easier for me to deal with.
Seems I have the wrong one. Not that one. No. Ah, here we are. Now if you'll join me. Men will come get you when we're finished. Keep each other entertained in the meantime.
I don't understand. Pleasant.
Oh, I agree. Who's that?
Ah, shit. Clearly I screwed up. Now he's off running to his secret sex dungeon. I do feel quite embarrassed that I missed that first shot. So we are going... Keep hitting the wrong buttons. There's so many different ways to kill that dude.
The servants must have been in here. Let me see. It seems I have the wrong one. Not that one.
Now the reason why I didn't like save after taking more of the time is there's still time for me to go down and mess with the glasses.
Men will come when we're finished. Keep each other entertained in the meantime.
I don't understand how this...
Can't stay hidden forever. Help me find
So
him.
nothing special particularly, just for killing him at all. So that was a
Well,
bomb.
you actually killed them.
Yeah. I wasn't going to keep it. It was intentional. So I'm going to load. Like I was mentioning before, the different ways you can end with that final thing before saving or not saving Emily at the end of the game. There's different ways you can take out Campbell. What I'm going to do is I am going to switch the poison to Campbell's side.
The servants must have been in here. It seems I have
Right, sorry, I lapsed in following. I knew you were gonna save Scum.
Yeah. So the idea here is I'm just iterating through the different ways this can go out because you've got a lot of choice in Campbell. So you can just straight up kill him, and you can straight up kill Jeff, or you can non-lethal them.
Suddenly this. Will you have wine? It's a Tivian red.
Thank you.
Now, to business. What would you say happened last night?
To be honest, I'm not even sure. My men, your overseers, a few whores, maybe a little too much ale. One harmless with a runaway chicken, and 10 minutes later, Trevor's Alley is a sea of blood and teeth.
I almost wish I'd been there.
Take it easy there, old son.
I'm all right, Colonel. Went down the wrong way. Now about these overseers.
Who are just as guilty as my own men, if not more.
But my overseers have a name to protect. I can't allow you to... Oh no. This can't be happening. Who's done this?
What on earth is
So here's the trouble, is that I've caused a ruckus, he ran out, I still need that blackmail journal. Also, when they find him,
attention,
it's gonna go on
this
lockdown.
facility is now in high alert. Lockdown is now in effect. Report to your stations and execute any intruders on sight.
So that's another way it can go down. Nope, I don't want autosave. Don't trick me, game. Alright, so
Possible
now...
realities unfolding.
That's right, multiple unrealities unfolding. I almost misspoke. So I don't think any of these other methods of just straight up killing him are going to make a difference. Here we go. Let's...
Locked? One of the servants must have been in here. Let me see. It seems I have the wrong one. Not that one.
Not going to keep it. Let's just see what happens here.
Here we are.
Now, I know there's a YouTube video that I watched where someone went through and did everything and did each and every possible way to kill him with each unique animation. Poor Jeff Kernow.
Hey, Uncle Lulu here. Cock soup, cock soup, cock soup.
Now what's funny is, it's taking an awfully long time for them to ring the alarm and go on lockdown. Okay, so this is going to be the run that we're going to keep, assuming I don't F it right up. So, oh, that's right, I didn't actually keep that power for Bend Time. So here's the way we're going to do this. We're going to use Bend Time so that we can shoot both at once with the sleep darts.
Ah, here we are. Now if you'll join me. Men will come get you when we're finished. Keep each other entertained.
Now, as a safety, I could have dumped out both or messed with the wine somehow. But once the door closes...
Oh, I agree.
Not even gonna wait, I guess. Sleep dart? Come on. It's auto-aiming too hard. So, here's my question. Why didn't the door close? Step 1. Go save Jeff. Put him on the balcony.
Boredom won't kill our captain. We can wait.
Got the blackmail journal. Now when they come in, they're going to be gone and confused, but that won't be enough for them to enter lockdown, which is important because I need to be able to take Campbell in and out over here. And I cleared out this hallway specifically so I could do this part right here without being bothered, and that no one would hear it when I jumped him in the chair. Alright, so now Campbell's all set.
Oh. Interrogation chair.
I know you're here.
So now they suspect that I'm here.
I'll find you, you hagfish.
Now the game is nice enough to throw markers that aren't direct to not confuse you, because like clearly you have to go to here, and then once you're here, the SAM marker moves to the door where it's supposed to be. Alright, I should be able to just do this. Jeff is now safe. And then I'm gonna watch for that guy. And we're gonna get right out. Now I hope I can rely on the autosave here, because this is another place where you could mess up.
She's not a witch.
I didn't need to throw down the time dilation. I could have got him simply and quietly.
Come on, please.
Now it's also worth noting I had to do that.
You appeared as if from
because if I
nowhere,
hadn't,
we would both be dead.
they would have fought.
We are forever in your debt. I cannot thank you enough.
I must get my sister to safety, but first I may know of a way to thank you. There's a safe in the bunkhouse. The combination is 203. Take what you want, and good luck.
Alright, so now
203.
Yep. What's funny is I've had trouble locating the actual safe that they're talking about. And since I'm in a low chaos run, I don't have time to go do that. What I need to do most, and it's worth noting that right up here on top of this roof, you would find an overseer in a high chaos run. So what I want to do, so hopefully that doesn't get me detected. Oh, come now. Well, hopefully that didn't just ruin the undetected run for me. reason I came down here was that room. Alright. So what I want to do real quick is see, can I get up on that ledge? Come on. Damn. If I'm up here, then can I? That's just not working for me.
BRB.
Now there's also stuff down there, and I'm intentionally skipping that. There we go. Now I'm up here. And so here's a safe, but this is not the bunkhouse safe because it doesn't have a combo. So, what I want to do here is just move as quickly as I can because... Ugh. Was clumsy. If I don't move fast enough, there's an altercation that happens in one of those rooms, and I don't want to be party to that. Because if I am, someone dies.
Are you okay? Mind the hagfish.
Mind the hagfish. Alright. And then I'll throw down... I don't want to go over there. I'll throw down a safety save.
From the way I hear it, Campbell lived a pretty posh life. Maybe it's not my place to say, but men of the faith shouldn't live like barons. Are you ready to go?
Yep. Take me back to the home.
Let's go.
Didn't kill anyone. Ghost. And I achieved Spectre. Excellent. So, 2 were found, chaos is still low, I helped Granny, and what's funny is, like, you'd think the result would be deaths, and that might mess up the rest of the run, but it didn't mess up this individual level. And the one painting I needed, I got. So, I could not be more happy with these results. I'm going to take a brief break on the stream, I'm going to leave it going, and I'm going to take a moment, do some things, and come right back.
Be right back 10M.